Welcome to day 2 of the mindfulness practice. Today, we will practice what to do when the mind wanders. Because it will wander. That is not a problem. That is part of the practice. For the next few minutes, you do not need to stop your thoughts. You do not need to make the mind silent. You are only learning to notice when attention has moved away, and gently come back to the breath. Find a comfortable position. Sitting or lying down. Let your hands rest naturally. And when you are ready, gently close your eyes. Or keep them slightly open with a soft gaze. Take one slow breath in. And slowly breathe out. Again. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more time. A slow breath in. And a slow breath out. Now let the breath return to normal. No need to control it. No need to make it deeper. Just allow the breath to happen naturally. Bring your attention to the breath. Notice the breath coming in. Notice the breath going out. Choose one place where the breath feels easiest to notice. Maybe around the nose. Maybe in the chest. Maybe in the belly. Stay with that place gently. Now, very soon, you may notice that your mind has wandered. Maybe into a memory. Maybe into a plan. Maybe into a sentence. Maybe into a random thought. When that happens, you do not need to push the thought away. You do not need to finish it. You do not need to judge yourself. Just notice, the mind moved away. And then gently return to the breath. This is the whole practice today. Attention moves away. You notice. You return. Again. Attention moves away. You notice. You return. The return is not a mistake. The return is the training. So if your mind wanders many times, that simply means you have many chances to practice returning. Stay with the breath as gently as you can. And when you realize you are thinking, come back to the next breath. Not the perfect breath. Not a special breath. Just the next natural breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Sometimes the mind wanders for a few seconds. Sometimes it wanders for a long time. That is okay. The important moment is not when you wandered. The important moment is when you notice. That moment of noticing is mindfulness. And from that moment, you can begin again. Breathing in. Breathing out. If the mind says, "I am not good at this," let that thought pass. and return to the breath. If the mind says, "This is boring," let that thought pass and return to the breath. If the mind says, "I am doing it wrong," let that thought pass and return to the breath. You are not trying to win against the mind. You are learning to notice it and then come back. Breathing in, breathing out. Wandering, noticing, returning, breathing in, breathing out. If you have already wandered several times, nothing has gone wrong. You are practicing exactly what we are practicing today. Each return is like gently placing the mind back down. Not with force, not with pressure. Just gently. Back to the breath. Back to this inhale. Back to this exhale. The mind may want to run ahead. Let it. And when you notice, come back. The mind may go into the past. Let it. And when you notice, come back. Again and again. Return to the breath. This is how attention becomes steadier. Not by never wandering, but by returning many times. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, for a little while, there will be less guidance. Simply rest your attention on the breath. When the mind wanders, notice and return. And if you are lost in thought right now, that is okay. This is the moment to return. Breathing in, breathing out. You can begin again at any time. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment. The next breath is always enough. Now gently stay with one full breath. The inhale. And the exhale. And again. The inhale. And the exhale. If attention moves away, simply come back to the next breath. Nothing to force. Nothing to fix. Just noticing. And returning. Now begin to bring this practice to a close. Notice that you are here. Breathing. Aware. Practicing. You did not need a silent mind. You did not need perfect focus. You only needed to notice when the mind wandered. And gently return. Take one final slow breath in. And slowly breathe out. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. This was day 2. Today, you practiced returning when the mind wanders. Remember, mind wandering is not failure. The moment you notice it wandered, mindfulness has already begun. In day 3, we will use a simple breath counting practice to help steady attention. For now, come back to one breath whenever you remember. That is enough.